What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie B all day, and I'm standing here in the kitchen with some Jimmy Dean. I'm going to make for you guys, well, I'm making it for me, but I'm going to show you guys, and you're going to enjoy this. I'm going to make you guys a special treat. I'm going to do something called Scotch eggs, and it has nothing to do with alcohol. There's no Scotch in it. The word Scotch eggs, or the name Scotch eggs, come from the old Scottish farmers in Scotland. This was something that they used to make out there in the farm, and it was eventually brought back here and became very, very popular with the cowboys out in the old West, and is still found in the West and even parts of the South here in America. Where I am in the Northeast, there's no Scotch eggs. People don't know what the hell this stuff is. So I'm going to make some, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it, how it works, how they turn out, how good they are or not good they are, and we're going to do it all together. So there's a few ingredients that you need. You need boiling water, which I have going right now. You need eggs. I plan on making 4 of them, so first thing I need is 4 eggs. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop these into my water, which you guys can't see, but I mean, really, you can trust me. I have water boiling. That's not too difficult. Right over there, I have my water boiling, and next to it, I already have my oil, my canola oil, which you're going to need, also getting ready. So basically what you want to do is drop these eggs in, don't crack them, and let them boil, but to like a soft boil to a medium boil. You don't want to hard boil them. So what we're going to do is when the eggs come out, we're going to dry them. And then we're going to take some of this sausage. We're going to roll it flat and thin. It has to be thin because you don't want to undercook sausage. So we're going to roll it thin, and then we're going to wrap it around like a snowball over the egg. We're going to put a little flour on top of the sausage, and then we're going to do a little egg wash on the sausage. What does that mean? You're going to need 1 more egg. So if you're making 5 of these, this is a 4 of these, this is a 5-egg job, obviously. So once we do the egg wash, what we're going to do is we're going to do some panko style breadcrumbs, and I cook gluten-free, so I got these some gluten-free breadcrumbs, and I'm going to use a gluten-free flour, which I have somewhere in this house behind the Fritos. Gluten-free Fritos, yeah! Here we go. I'm going to use some of this blurry Pillsbury gluten-free flour. And then, important with the flour, you just want to, I don't know if you ever made fried chicken, you just want to do the flour seasoning like you would your fried chicken. So, you do your pepper or your allspice or whatever. What I'm going to do is a little black pepper, add a little bit of salt, and I'm going to add everybody's favorite. And if you've never used this stuff because you've never used a Goya product, the Goya brand adobo is amazing. Allspice, the stuff is great. So that's how I'm going to whip everything together. Those are my ingredients. That's it. That's all I'm using. We're going to do this up. I'm going to boil the eggs. And as soon as the eggs are done, we're going to go from there. So hold on here. All right, people. So first things first, we have to set up the egg wash. So that's what we're going to do. I'm using Fairlife milk because this stuff is awesome. Here we go. It's a brand new bottle, so it's going to be filled. What I want to do is basically for 1 egg, I just want to use 1 tablespoon. So that's about it. Just 1 tablespoon of milk. You can use water, you can use cream, you can use milk. And here's a little tip I'm going to tell you, and I'm probably going to do it in a future video with something else, is you can use eggnog. And if you use an eggnog egg wash, you get that wonderful flavor of the eggnog in there. It's pretty good, man. Not going to lie to you. So that's that. We're going to do that. And so now we just need to add 1 egg. And that's it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to whisk it together. Let me press pause here and get my hands clean. Clean hands are a must in the kitchen. So everybody should own one of these. It's just a whisk, right? Everybody should have one in their kitchen. The problem is when you're talking about this little bowl right here and this is a little overkill. So I'm telling you guys, it's really good to get yourself a mini whisk. These things are a lifesaver when you're talking about just smaller items, and it just makes it so much easier than that giant whisk banging around the inside of your bowl and whatnot. This is just heaven sent. So that little whisk is really, really good. Get that bowl tipped a little sideways. Should probably show you guys. And just kind of go in circles. That's all you're doing. Circles, 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 dot, dot. Now I got my cootie shot. So what does egg wash look like when you're using milk? That's it. It's just an egg mixed with milk. That's pretty simple. So this is what I'm going to be brushing onto my my product. And to do that, should obviously have a little brush, a little basin brush. We got my sausage, so I'm going to open up my sausage, get that ready. Oh, I know what we got to do. We got to season up the flour. So I'm going to grab another bowl. See how prepared I am? I don't have anything going. I just knew what I wanted to make, and I got nothing ready. So I got another bowl here, and there's no enough or not enough flour and whatnot. Normally, depending on what I'm doing for seasoning, sometimes you can just, if I'm seasoning something else, I could just flake it over without doing this. But because I'm seasoning the flour itself, I'm going to just add a little bit into the bowl. And I have 4 of them, so I don't need a lot of flour. I don't need a ton of flour because I'm just going to be doing this over my Scotch eggs. So I got that. I got my adobo, and basically it's basically the eye. So I'm gonna drop maybe a tablespoon in there, somewhere in there, just enough to make sure that every part is going to be coated. With the black pepper, however, I'm going to do a lot less. The black pepper is just a little bit for flavor, so I am going to literally just 1, 2 grinds of black pepper. And since I already have the adobo, I don't really need to add salt, so I'm going to take 1 full grind of pink Himalayan sea salt, and I'm just going to move it all together so all the flour has seasoning in it. And you got to remember that the sausage already is going to come with its own flavor, so I don't need to over season because I want that flavor of the sausage. And that's going to be good, man. That's going to be good. So that's all I'm doing is I'm moving my spices around in the flour. Now that part's good to go. My breadcrumbs itself, I'm not going to season because I'm seasoning underneath. So I'm just going to put these on at the end. You'll see all that. As for now, I'm going to keep on getting these eggs ready. And that's it. Oh, and don't forget, I already started heating my oil even before the eggs were near close to done, because you don't want to put your fried goods into your oil if it's under like 350 degrees. So make sure your oil is really, really hot. Make sure of that. That's important. All right, so let me get some more stuff set up, and then we'll keep on going. All right, so we are going to roll out some sausage. This is just Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage, and what I did is I took a regular pie pan, right, and I flipped it upside down. Boop. That's what I'm going to roll it on. I got a nice round surface. I know that it doesn't need to go beyond that diameter because it just needs to wrap around an egg. A lot of people use a wooden rolling pin. I like these, like, what is this? It's ceramic, I believe. Ceramic rolling pin. I've got to hold it with one hand while I do this. So basically, I just want to make it really flat, nice and even all the way around. And basically what that's going to do, it's going to just give me a nice baseball glove-like fit to this sausage. It's going to be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So once my eggs are done, I'm just going to leave this sausage here, and then I'm going to put my egg there and wrap it around, and we'll get to that point together. Those eggs are just about there. Now I'm going to wrap one at a time, and we will go from that spot. Hold on. Okay, so my eggs are done. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to pat them dry with a paper towel. Now, being a soft-boiled egg, you can split them, so you got to be careful. But it doesn't matter because I'm going to wrap it up in this sausage anyway, right? So now what I need to do is just unfold this sausage from my pan here. Get it all up around this here egg right here. So I'm just going to turn this. Makes it very easy. And once I gather it all up, then I'm going to be able to fold it, and you're going to see how easy it gets from there. It's always harder just getting it going, but once it's on there, it's a lot better. So let me straighten that out, the part I broke off, and I will continue from there, and there it is. Okay, so I pick it up. I got to put this part I split off back where it belongs so I can spread this sausage around there, and the sausage is going to be what holds that broken piece on. And oh yeah, so here we go. Now it's just all about spreading that sausage, getting it all the way around nice and even. And remember, if you don't have enough sausage, you could always just add sausage. You know, I used a jumbo egg, so my sausage is probably a little bit thin, so I might have to add a little bit more. Let me see. Once it's going around the bend, I'm gonna add some more. So I'm just gonna fill in this little gap right here, make my sausage come together nice and tight. Maybe fill in a couple more gaps depending. I'll tell you what, if you know how to make a snowball, you're gonna be pretty good with this. This isn't so bad. Let me add just a little bit more sausage here. And I have to say, with a broken egg, it's a lot harder, but it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done. The problem is the part with the broken part is all over the place. So let's see, got to put that all together and start on my next egg. So I'll get this one out of the way, bring over a new one, and get that going. I should probably press pause so I can get all this done. All right, so now we're going to show you my drizzle here. I'm going to actually do this right above there, so I'm going to have to move my eggs, and hopefully they don't fall. So now I have my egg wrapped up, and now I'm just going to drizzle my flour over the egg and make sure the whole thing is coated. Now remember, this is already seasoned, looking good, and I'm going to dribble it on. I want to make sure that it's not over coated, but the whole thing is coated. There has to be flour on every part of this, because what we're going to look at that, man, look at that. I'll tell you what, that turned out pretty good. So we have, here it is, we have our egg wash. Move that, bring in this, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little egg wash brush and just brush it all over this guy right here and get it nice and egg washed. Roll it around a little bit. Your hands are going to get messy, guys. Prepare for that. Prepare for a nice messy handling. Oh yeah. And one thing I didn't do is I didn't put my panko breadcrumbs in a bowl so I could dunk this in. And we call that a moron moment, because you need to have your panko breadcrumbs in a spot where you can dunk these. And so far, I do not. So, pause, hold on. All right, this one's special for all my New Englanders and Northern guys. Sausage, let's do it snowball style. All right, work it in. We're going to flatten it just by turning it in your hand side all the way around. So we're going to make a nice circle. You want it nice and flat, especially in the center. This is to avoid rolling if you don't want to have to roll it. That's something we show to the non-snow people. All right, even though I hate the snow. I'm going to take my egg. I'm going to put it right in the center of that. And I'm just going to go right back to making my snowball. And eventually, what's going to happen is very fast, I'm going to start to spin this thing. And then my sausage is catching up to it. And I'm just going to pinch it. Get it there. Make sure I can get it all the way around. Now it's kind of a quick motion. You're just kind of flicking it through your hand and you're closing all the gaps as you do that. And you can feel the thicker to thinner parts in your hand. And when you feel a thick part, just smush it along, move it on its way, and connect it to a part that's thin, and voila, you have a ball. Not too bad. So let me finish putting the flour. This is the last one. I'm going to put the flour on it and the egg wash, and I think my oil is just about ready to go, so hold on. All right, so now what I did is I just took some of my panko breadcrumbs, threw them in a bowl, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of these guys up, nice and easy. I'm just going to drop it in, and I'm going to turn it till the whole thing is coated with breadcrumbs. And I want a nice, spilled on, want a nice even coat all the way around of breadcrumbs. Thick is good. Thick is good as far as this is concerned. So once it's all done and breadcrumbed up, that's what you got. Now I'm going to walk over. I'm going to get a spoon first. Let's see what I did with it. I don't know what I did with it. I'll just grab a new one. I'm going to place my big ball here. My big ball on a spoon because I don't want to burn off my kidney. All right, we are going to, whoop, let me get you over here. Adjusted. And I am going to, there's my hot oil. I'm going to ease this into my hot oil just like that. Nice and easy. Give it a quick turn right there. And now I just have to get the rest of them in there. And I'm going to keep turning that because I want them all to be really beautifully golden brown. I'll show you that when they're about done. Woo, these things are cooking up right. So you can see they're going brown. This one's a little dark on one side, but they're cooking up real good. Wait till they're all done, man. They're going to be... Okay, my good brothers, check this out. This is the finished product. This is my Scotch egg. It is beautiful. You see that brown color? That's what you want. The key is to keep stirring it around in that oil, because if you leave it in too long, I did my first one, I left it in too long. However, man, even though it's a little bit browner, you can see how dark brown, it's just amazing, amazing, amazing. I wanted to show you one because I cut it without even thinking. I was so eager. I wanted to show you guys right away. Check this out. See, I'll be quiet and see if you can hear it. Oh, so crunchy. So crunchy. Look at this, guys. Hey, now, check this out. Just found something pretty cool. I didn't know because I couldn't open up the egg yet. I got a double yolk. Hey. But look at this. This egg is cooked. Some people cook them a little softer. I like to cook them a little softer. This one I cooked a little bit more, probably because I didn't have everything set up and I was in a rush. But take your time. It's a lot better. Look at the sausage. How perfectly cooked that is, right? There's no pink. It's just wonderful. It's crispy all around. Oh my goodness. Guys, man, you got to try some Scotch eggs. I guarantee you, you've seen what I did. It's real easy. Boil up some eggs. Don't overboil them. Then you just wrap some sausage around them. That's pretty freaking simple. It takes a touch. You have to get used to it. Once you get used to doing it, especially if you do snowball style, it's a lot easier, I think. Once you get used to it, it's just a flyby. The thing is awesome. It works real well. Put that sausage around the egg. Put some seasoned flour. I used gluten-free. These are completely gluten-free and lactose-free. But put some flour with some seasoning on it. Then do an egg wash. I do egg with milk. You saw that. lactose-free milk. We're getting older, guys. So, and then all I did is take my egg-washed sausage around an egg and dunk it in some panko breadcrumbs, throw it in some hot oil. They cook up. Literally, it cooks up in about 20 seconds. Somewhere in there, 20 to 30 seconds, and you have a completely cooked thing. So it's all the prep. Once you get through the prep, you know, a half a minute later, you're cooking them. Now, what I do is when I take them out of the oil, the first thing I do is I put them on a paper towel, and then I take each ball, pick it up, and just kind of and get the grease off. So I have this nice, dried, crispy, flaky awesomeness. It's easy, and it's amazing. These are amazing. Everybody should try Scotch eggs, unless you're vegetarian. So, these are fantastic. I highly recommend you guys trying this. Challenge yourselves. It's kind of simple. It's just messy. But you get through the mess, and I guarantee you guys are going to have yourselves a good something to eat. I'm Donnie B all day. Until next video.